one of the most recent songs, it's only like just a few months old, is It's Never Too Late to Fall in Love, which was written, I think, about the summer last year. And I mean, given the fact that I didn't even start dating till I was in my 40s, I didn't come out until I was in my late 50s and got married shortly after that, romance and finding love isn't just the prerogative of people in their teens and their 20s, that it can happen at any time. And I just wanted to have something with a really nice, uplifting message.
Hello and welcome to Chaps Out Culture, the companion podcast where I invite my guests to recommend their favourite LGBTQ+ inspired art, music, literature, film, theatre or TV. Essential queer culture that celebrates who we are. Hello and welcome to Chaps Out Culture, and I'm joined again by Mike, my guest on Chaps Out, and he is here to talk about some recommendations of his that are actually made by him. They are, Mike, it's over to you. What are you going to talk about for us?
Well, I self-published on Amazon initially my first novel last year, and it's called Shadow of the Moor, and it's an LGBT male romance, and it combines with a little bit of historical action adventure, a bit of swashbuckling. So it's set in 1735 in the Staffordshire moorlands, and it concerns a highwayman who is the Shadow of the Moor. That's his moniker, really, and he robs rich merchants and sort of corrupt aristocracy, and he gives what he steals to the poor and people who are needy. So he's very much a kind of Robin Hood figure. But he holds up this chap called Thomas Hopkins, who is working as a clerk in a very dull job, but is very sort of inquisitive. And as they talk, a connection starts to form, and over the course of weeks, which become months, they meet again and again, and this connection builds, and until it actually they're in love. They have a lot of adventures along the way, of course, because Thomas decides that he wants to help the Shadow in his cause, so he gets him to train him as a highwayman himself, and they eventually become fully fledged partners in life and in crime.
Right.
And then as time goes on, they recruit another couple of gentlemen into their little band, and one is a blacksmith named Garth Salt, who has been supporting the Shadow. Who initially he's the only one who knows the Shadow's true identity, but he's been supporting him and making weapons and things for him. And then they come across a man who's sort of lying injured in the road. He's sort of fairly lost with no family, and so he's actually quite enthusiastic to help them out. Then later in the book, as they sort of become more successful in robbing the rich and helping the poor, that they attract some rather unwelcome attention from this very hostile group of criminals, and they have to sort of stay one step ahead of them and try and discover who is behind it all. That's the sort of basic plot.
Okay. So it's got a kind of a queer theme in the main two, or the whole band of people in it.
Yeah, initially there was the romance between the Shadow and Thomas, and then the other two, that's Garth the blacksmith and Harold, who's the academic. They eventually form a couple too.
Oh, right,
Um,
right.
so the rest of the characters, there's not really any sort of gay liaisons there,
No.
such. And but one of the things maybe that makes it a little bit different from a lot of sort of gay romance is that all the main protagonists are older. But Thomas, um, is uh, the youngest at 36.
Right.
Uh, the Shadow is 40. Garth is 50, and Harold is 60.
Oh, right.
So they're all older men.
Mm.
And the reason was that I felt that so much literature that's written, I mean, I'm nothing against it, but so much is written from the point of view of very young people, of teenagers who are sort of coming out while they're at school, and you get sort of people, maybe young men in their late teens and early 20s, and they tend to be very flamboyant and extrovert kind of individuals.
Mm.
And that's great, but I didn't really feel quite represented by that because that's not my story.
Mm.
So I wanted to write a story that had characters in it that were more like people I could relate to, I think. And in fact, the character of Harold is very close to myself.
Right.
Uh, he's an academic who whose special subject was maths, and I did maths at university.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but and he is also, although obviously we didn't talk about things in those terms in the 18th century, he is uh, meant to be someone who is on the autistic spectrum, which I am.
All right. Yeah.
And so, uh, in a way, part of the story is sort of Harold's journey of self-acceptance, where he goes from really not liking himself very much at all to fully accepting himself and then giving himself in a loving relationship.
So you write what you know. That sounds
Yes,
great. And being
yes,
seeing yourself in a book, or reading about yourself in a book, or writing about yourself into a book is great. So yeah, that's Shadow of the Moor, right?
Shadow of the Moor.
And where
Yes,
it's available in most good bookshops.
you can get it on Amazon, but you
Yeah.
can also get it from Waterstones, but you have to order it.
Hmm.
Um, it won't just be on the shelves.
No.
And if anyone's watching in the States, Barnes and Noble as well. So there's those sort of three outlets. It's available paperback and as an ebook as well. Most people tend to buy the ebook because it's cheaper, but I like it when people buy the paperback because I get more royalties that way.
Ah. And it's under your name? Is it Mike Nash Whitmore or Michael Nash?
Michael Nash Whitmore for the
Michael
books.
Nash.
It
Oh yes,
sounds a little bit more distinguished, perhaps.
proper like.
Quite, that
Marvelous.
yeah, Mike for the music and Michael for the books.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, Michael Nash Whitmore,
yeah,
Shadow of the Moor. That's
yes,
lovely. Brilliant. Well done.
yeah,
And yeah, so the other thing we're going to talk about is your music. And you got,
yes.
like you mentioned in the main Chaps Out podcast, you talk about your various music adventures and projects. And you've got an
Hmm.
album coming out soon. So have you
Yes.
got a name for the album?
The album is called Last Train Home, which is the title of the first song on the album, and which happens to be the first one that I wrote uh, out of this group of songs. There's 10 songs altogether, and I only actually sing on three of them. There are a couple of rather countryish sort of songs, and for that, I really wanted a proper American country voice, a sort of, Kenny Rogers kind of voice or something
Hmm.
that would do the song justice. And if I try to put on a fake uh, American accent and sing it like that,
Hmm.
people would probably just collapse laughing. Um, but the songs are about a sort of, well, number of themes really. There's my sort of feelings now about religion, which, having been a sort of an evangelical Christian and moved back to being sort of more agnostic,
Hmm.
and to sort of looking back on some of the things that I was sort of encouraged to believe within the church, but never really quite bought into. And there's also songs that have been written about well, since I met Keith and we fell in love and we got married.
Mm.
And so there's songs that are either directly addressed to him or just indirectly about how I feel now, and which is a lot more positive about love and romantic relationships than maybe I had before.
I'd love to be able to put some songs on this podcast.
I think so you can actually hear me sing. The song "We Don't Want You" is, I think, a good one that sort of gives you a flavour of what I'm like, and you can hear my voice, and then one of the most recent songs, it's only like just a few months old, is "It's Never Too Late to Fall in Love," which was written, I think, about the summer last year. And I mean, given the fact that I didn't even start dating till I was in my 40s, I didn't come out until I was in my late 50s, and got married shortly after that. That romance and finding love isn't just the prerogative of people in their teens and their 20s, that it can happen at any time. And I just wanted to have something with a really nice uplifting message. It's not me singing on that track, because that's one of the sort of countryish
Mm.
songs that I wanted that sort of American voice. I found a few sort of session singers on a website called Fiverr, so I could find a singer that I felt was suitable for the song, send them the backing track, and then they would send back a vocal track, and then I could mix it all together
Yeah,
on my computer. And I also actually got a graphic artist to design the cover for me as well.
excellent. So the full package.
Yes, and
Excellent.
it means that probably the total cost of making the album is maybe only £400 to £500.
So remind us the name of the album again.
The album is called Last Train Home.
Last Train Home.
Currently, all the tracks are you can hear them on my SoundCloud. If you just type my name, Mike Nash Whitmore, in, then you can find them. But it will be released properly as an album on Spotify and iTunes and Amazon Music, beginning of April 2026.
Well, yeah, we can play some of those now, and people can
Yeah,
have a little listen to what they sound like. But in
yes,
the meantime, Mike, thank you so much for your time. Really
yes,
appreciate it.
thank
It's been absolutely lovely talking to you, and congratulations with
you.
all your various projects. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
Used to sit on the grass, writing songs just for fun. I was always sidelined cause I just couldn't run. While the bigger boys smashed the ball into the net, I would dream of success, writing hit after hit. But the style that was in was aggressive and mean, with the hair like Mohicans and the language obscene. I was not in the moment playing acoustic guitar. They said, get out of here, we'll never make you a star. We don't want your music, we don't want you. We don't like your music, we don't like you. We don't want your music, we don't want you. We don't want you. I was now in my 20s and I'd learned how to play. I was in a good job and I'd found I was gay. So I tried to write songs to put over my case, but the pride guys threw them back in my face. They said, we're gonna tell you how you should have been. Gotta act like a show-off and pose like a queen. It's all about clubbing and hookups and booze, but your old rock and roll is just yesterday's news. We don't want your music, we don't want you. We don't like your music, we don't like you. We don't want your music, we don't want you. We don't want you. Now I'm coming up 60 and I've found the right guy. All my dreams rock stardom have long passed me by. Still I wish I could get a song into the chart, but the kids laugh and say you're a boring old fart. All your granddad music is nothing to us. You sing like a walrus and you look like a wuss. You belong in the past, you're just a name on a wall. So get out of here, you'll never make it at all. We don't want your music, we don't want you. We don't like your music, we don't like you. We don't want your music, we don't want you. We don't want you. We don't want you.
It's never too late to fall in love, to find the joy you've been dreaming of. No, it's never too late to fall in love. The radio whispered teenage dreams, but life's not always what it seems. And all too soon those days were far behind. Got used to life alone, no cherished moments on the phone, and you were trapped in a lonely state of mind. It's never too late to fall in love, to find the joy you've been dreaming of. No, it's never too late to fall in love. You won't go out 'cause you're too shy.